Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Marvel vs. System, the two-player card game unboxing for WandaVision. This is volume number 5, set number 1. So the arc itself is Disney Plus. So we're gonna go over the 3 Disney Plus series. Not all in this video. This is just WandaVision. But then the other ones will be Winter Soldier and the Falcon, and the third one will eventually be Loki. So these are all part of the photographic universe, so they only can combine with those, but there's plenty of sets to go with those. We're going to get a bunch of unique and interesting stuff in there. So of course on the side it says, Wanda, Maximoff, and the Vision find themselves in an alternate reality where they have a loving family and no one has ever heard of the Infinity War. Except maybe Wanda, new to the issue of Disney Plus, so yep, alright. So, a couple of things to hop in there is they're going to have, before we get into the cards, is name and title. So this game term, the title and name are used quite a bit in the arc, as all 3 shows are about identity in some way. They're similar but not the same. So basically the difference is, your title of your card is what's at the top. So if it's a Scarlet Witch card, it's Scarlet Witch. The names, if it references, is the name of the character. So the name of the character is Scarlet Witch and Wanda Maximoff. And this is going to be the same thing coming through the other sets where we're going to have, you know, Captain America can be Captain America, could be Steve Rogers, could be Sam Wilson, you know, same way, you're going to have lots of other things that can be like that. Like in the other sets, you also have things like Spider-Man, who's Peter Parker, and Miles Morales, things like that. So that's the basic ones I want to go over now. The rest of the little bit of rules in here have to do with specific cards, which we'll hop into and look at if we need to. So let's start off with our first character. We're going to start off with a level 1 Wanda Maximoff, who is a hero. So all their cards are, of course, just going to have their one sets. Now, previous photogenic universe MCU cards had whatever movie or series they were from, and lots of them sometimes had 2-3 different sets. These are all, as far as I know, all only from WandaVision. So she's also aka the Scarlet Witch. She's just creating the Hex. Build with 1 blue. Search your deck for a Hex location and reveal it. Put it into your hand. The Westview Anomaly, level up to when a Hex special location appears on your side, gain 1 XP. So, I want to jump in and look at the Hex cards quick. So you're going to get 4 copies of these because they're a special location. And it says, Missing Count. Based on the number of Hex locations in your resource rows, hero characters in your back row may gain the following cumulative effects on enemy turns. If you have 1, you get +1 attack. If you have 2, you get +1 defense. If you have 3, you get dodge, meaning they can't be ranged attacks. And if you have 4, they gain nobles, as well as defending, they strike with double their attack. So yeah, if you have all 4 of them, you have a character that's 1 attack, 1 defense, dodge, and noble. And again, you're going to get 4 copies of that. So just to kind of show that that's what this is sort of theming around. So we have some location-based characters. Also, just a note, because again, if you're going to use her specifically, you have to have these hexes in there. Otherwise, you have no way of leveling her up. Yes, you have to find, but you only have to have 2 of the 4 hexes to level her up. But the build then lets you search for it and find it very quickly. So, you could also choose to just have 2 of them in your deck if that's all you really wanted. When she levels up, she says, Welcome home. Build with a red. Put the level 1 Vision main character from your memory pile onto your side. So we'll get to him in just a minute. But there's a special version of Vision, which can only be played with Wanda. What else is there? At the start of your main phase, if a level 3 Vision is on your side, Wanda gains 1 XP. So she's already up to 5-7. So she went from 1-6 to 5-7. So she's gotten a lot stronger because she's starting to attack. And if she hits level 3, she becomes the Scarlet Witch, aka Wanda Maximoff, who's a villain and a hero, who's now an 8/8. Unlock potential. Main play a fist, a green. Take away Hex location on your side. If you do, draw 6 cards. So you could always just use her main ability to get a couple of them hexes out, and then now you should have at least 2. Unless you've got rid of them some other way. And you can get extra bunch of cards. It's actually pretty cool. Reabsorb the hex to basically make your deck more powerful. So that's a really fun idea there. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Alright, then the next character we have is the Vision, who has these stars by him because there's other Vision cards. So he says, a memory made real. This card starts in your memory pile. So now you see he doesn't specifically have a health gun here. Now, the special rule for this Vision is you can't play him normally. He's only recruitable by the Wanda Scarlet Witch cards. A recreation. Vision has health equal to the number of face-up hex locations on your side. This power can't be turned off. So this is kind of an interesting idea here, is that you need at least 2 to level up the first Scarlet Witch card, the Wanda card. But when you get her Scarlet Witch level 3, you can destroy them. But as you're destroying them, you are destroying Vision as well. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic. So he says, now, level up to at the start of your build phase, he gains 1 XP. So it doesn't take him long to level up. His level 2 is memory made real, starts in the memory pile, recreation, health equal to hex, and it says now, and then his third ability is then. Level up 2 at the start of your build phase, gain 1 XP. So it'll take at least 4 turns for him to level up. Now he's 0/10, he still doesn't have any attack. But he's a good defender. It's going to keep himself alive very long. And then if he hits level 3, he just has the memories made real and recreation, but he is now a 10/10. So now he's finally in fight mode. But again, his health at bare minimum is only going to be 4, because there's only 4 hex cards. And then again, Scarlet Witch keeps destroying them. You'll lose. Now, one of the other things they do mention here is that if you get the Vision out, your opponent has to defeat both your Scarlet Witch Wanda and your Vision cards. So basically it gives you an extra good defense buffer. It's that 10 defense and now an extra 10 health. So that's actually pretty powerful. Alright, then our next character is Monica Rambeau. Who's also a hero. Brave the Unknown. Main, play a green card. Move Monica to your front row or to your back row. 3 times through the hex. When Monica moves to a different row during your main phase, she gains 1 XP. Then put a +1/+1 counter on her for each XP she has. So that's actually pretty cool. She can get very powerful there. Because she can get up, by the time you do it the 3rd time, she'll have 3 extra counters. Actually, she'll have more than 3. She'll have like 9, because she'll gain 3 for each. Yeah. Yeah, so she get pretty powerful. Then when she levels up to her level 2, she has Spectral Vision. At the start of your turn, you may look at the enemy player's hand, and then absorb energy. Look at the enemy player's hand and choose a card. That player discards that card. If it has a blue symbol in its text box, she heals a wound from Monica. So that's definitely cool, because I always think of games where that, like, you look at your old opponent's hand, I'm like, that's not bad for games like Magic the Gathering, where it helps to know what your opponent's going to have, so you can kind of determine what you could do on your turn. But you get some of these games like this where it's like, why do I care what they have in their hand? Because, it doesn't help me that much. But this makes a lot of sense. So you can basically always view their opponent's hand and then decide whether or not it's worth playing that ability rather than randomly taking a guess. So that's definitely an interesting ability. Alright. Our last main character is Agatha Harkness. I like that some of these cards start off as the gray, black, and white. That's really fun. So she's our villain for this set. Nosy Neighbor. At the end of your turn, reveal the top card of an enemy deck. Then read your title out loud. Biding her time. When an enemy player plays a card, the title you have read out loud with Nosy Neighbor, Agatha gains 1 XP. This is kind of an interesting card because it's basically like you flip it over and it could be like, oh, I just drew my Captain America card. You know, yeah, I'm gonna say Captain America, so either they're gonna have to help you level up or they're not gonna be able to play that card. So it's definitely an interesting combination. And then her level 2 is Salem Witch. At the end of your turn, you may reveal the top card of an enemy deck, and you may put it into its owner's KO pile. So instead of now just revealing it and kind of being like, hey, maybe you don't want to play that, you know, because you'll help me level up. She's just like, get rid of it. I don't care anymore. Done with the game. And then she has Surrender Your Magic. Move all plot twists in an enemy's KO pile from the game. For the rest of the game, you may play those plot twists, ignoring team restrictions. If a plot twist is played this way, be put into a KO pile, instead put it on the bottom of its owner's deck. So this is actually cool, because she can use her Salem Witch to KO your opponent's plot twist, and then she can now use them for herself. So definitely interesting abilities there. Let's look at our signature, or our special support characters here. 4 copies of each of these, unless otherwise stated. So of course we have Jimmy Woo, which are 2 costs. Card Trick. When Jimmy Woo appears, choose an enemy player, then name a card. That player can't play cards with that title until Jimmy Woo leaves play. So again, that'll be the top of the card, not anything in there. So if you say Scarlet Witch, it has to only be the level 3 Scarlet Witch card, not her 1 and 2, because obviously these are main characters. But if you say Scarlet Witch, it has to be a card that says Scarlet Witch, not one that also says AKA Scarlet Witch. But yeah, deck denial, definitely a powerful effect. Then we have Darcy Lewis. Hacker. At the end of your turn, choose an enemy player, then name a card. That player discards that card with their title. If they don't have any, reveal their hand. Yeah, just all about like forcing people to discard their card, which is fun. And we have Monica Rambeau. Intangible. Monica can't strike or be struck back in melee combat. Yeah, forcing her to be ranged, but that's not a bad thing. So there's our 3 heroes. Let's look at a villain. And sometimes these terms are, I'm going to say, be used loosely. So we have Quicksilver. This is actually kind of funny because it's in quotes rather than being a star. So he has quote-unquote superhuman speed. In combat, Quicksilver strikes an additional time before and after each enemy character. And quote-unquote Pietro Maximoff. Quicksilver's base attack and defense becomes 0-1 and his base health becomes 1 this turn. Only enemy characters can use this power. So yeah, at 7-7, he's pretty powerful, but your opponent can basically remind you that he's not actually Quicksilver. That's sort of a funny idea there. Alright, then up next we have Vision, who has the stars by him. There are other cards named Vision. Who has Recreation. Vision has health equal to the number of face-up hexes on your side, and Identity Metaphysics. Choose a character who shares a mantle. For each face-up character with that mantle, you may hide it or daze it. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So his, so again, this card relies on having the hexes, but you could put this in any deck then with the hexes. And then his any title or mantle is any of the cards with the same name that have stars. So like we have Vision with 1 star and Vision with 2 stars. And then the same thing, like you have Captain America. Captain America with 1 star, Captain America with 2 stars are the same idea. Cool. So then to go with that, we have White Vision. who's just regular Vision. Born today. When Vision appears, he gets +6/+6 till the end of your next turn. So 12/12. But he has very low health. But definitely a cool idea. So let's get some more villains in here. Let's start with, of course, we have an Agatha Harkness supporting character. Immortal. When Agatha gets KO'd, you may shuffle her into her owner's deck. And take from the undeserving. Choose a printed keyword power on a face-up enemy character. Until Agatha leaves play, that character loses and can't gain that power, and she gains it. Ooh, so that's definitely fun. Be able to move powers and stuff around. Yeah, that is always a cool idea. Alright, then our last villain character is Scarlet Witch, aka Wanda Maximoff, Magic of Chaos. Choose an enemy player, remove the top card of their deck, the bottom card of their deck, and a random card in their hand, and a random card in their tail pile from the game. Then repeat this effect for each time Scarlet Witch has already used this power in the game. Oh boy, that could be very abusive. Yeah, just removing a bunch of cards from the game. This set's all about manipulation, which is a fun aspect. We have one equipment card, the Darkhold. It was one of a kind. There's some very dark art down there to begin with, besides the fact my camera is not the best. Yeah, so 2 cost, only villain, one of a kind, only one in your deck. Malevolent, so only evil character, and Book of the Damned. When you play your first plot twist each turn, draw a card, then choose an enemy player to discard a card. Again, more hand destruction. Alright, then let's look at their plot twists. So we got 4 copies of Agatha All Alone. Build, choose one, search your deck for Agatha Harkness supporting character, reveal her, put her into your hand, or pay 2 less to recruit Agatha Harkness supporting characters this turn, or 3, put a +1/+1 counters on Agatha Harkness supporting character on your side. So thematically, definitely very good. Find her, make her cheaper, or if she's already out, make her more powerful. Definitely a cool idea. Because after the time you play it the first time, if you didn't have her, first one you could search, second one you could play her, third one you could always boost her up. Or if you get her out early, you could potentially boost her up multiple times. So definitely cool. Only downside is weird because it's only for Agatha. So, you're not using her, this card's basically useless. But that's not always a bad thing. I don't mind having some character-specific cards in games like this, just to boost up characters. And our last set of 4 plot twists is WandaVision. Ready Wanda Maximoff on your side and heal a wound from a Vision on your side. Now this can be a main character or a supporting character. So a little bit better than Agatha. Because Agatha only worked with supporting character version. This one works with either version. And potentially a Wanda or Vision from a different set if they ever have just called Wanda or have Vision with stars next to it. So it's definitely a cool idea. Set, so there's the deck list, just in case you wanted to see that again. So technically it says, looks like we have 5 characters, but really Wanda and Scarlet Witch are 1, and same with Vision, so we really only have almost 3 brand new characters in here. But some definitely different cool effects. Alright, so that's what we have for WandaVision. So check out the other Versus systems as well as the other Disney Plus sets as I release those videos. See you later. Bye.